baby.
What does it say?
I do too. Hey, TR, whose baby would you rather hold? Mine or
JB's? Out of
JB's?
Miami and into an interconference game. A time-honored tradition. The NBA on 2K Sports. Sunday night hoops action.
I meant to say this. I meant to say that.
This is Kevin Durant. Welcome to 2KU.
Who's babe? Who's babe?
His girlfriend over here.
Okay, I'll tell you what. TR,
I'm going to get your girlfriend, Trey. I'm done with him.
Oh, so he wants to hold my
San Antonio off the tip. So here's Miami's starting group. Chalmers and D-Wade are the guards. With Roberts at the 4, with Bosch at center. And it's
Look what I'm writing, Liz.
On the wing, Green. Wide open.
Look.
The shot will not go.
A lot of people thought that Danny Green would be on his play from the 2013 playoffs last season. Injuries and underwhelming performances from him. Definitely not what he nor Spurs fans were hoping for.
To the middle.
Oh.
Here's Splitter. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
Oh.
Splitter's got the opening field goal of the game for San Antonio.
Oh.
Here is Nick Roberts. Wade for 3. And Splitter pulls it down. Leonard on the wing. Nails the wide open jump shot.
Heads up play there, guys.
Wait.
And the finish.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Wade kicks
You
the
were
box.
JB. Oh, he likes mine.
JB, look what I sent at 10-11. It's a little up. Just say it.
You will hold mine, not yours. Not yours, not. No, not yours.
JB, look what I sent at 10-11. Go up a little.
He will hold mine. Oh. Okay, TR.
JB.
What? Jeez.
Look what I sent at 10-11. Read it. Just. I want to hear you say it.
4 straight misses to start the game.
Duncan with some nice D. Green, the pass to Parker. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter.
Hey, Jonathan. Who's baby
off the glass?
Some weak defensive.
Look, JB, read what I'm sending. Hang on. Well, after I post it.
Like that, giving such easy access to the rim. Bill can't quite get
Just read what I send when I post it.
Now here's Parker. Duncan kicks to Green. Back to Duncan. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Nope.
And their lead takes another little bump.
Yeah, do it.
Boy, I tell you, they've got to be feeling better and better about this game.
For Miami, they've gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them.
Well, 2 seasons ago, the Heat were rolling. They won a franchise record 66 games. 27 of those came consecutive. Last season, they managed the regular season. They knew they had to pace themselves in an effort to try to
Look
win.
what I'm sending.
Out of bounds, Miami takes possession.
Raleigh 60. No, I'm not saying. What you say? You're nasty. Not, okay, J Dizzle, you don't deserve to hold my baby. Only TR.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. And last season, I'd say, guys, the Heat more or less just conceded that #1 seed to the Pacers.
Yeah, almost like a marathon runner. You know, they just didn't want to burn out early,
Yeah,
so they
boy.
just kind of found their pace throughout the season.
No, I'm with
And they
my
weren't worried
friend.
too
That's
much
a
about
boy.
See, they were concerned more with their own health, and I thought Eric Spoelstra handled all of those dynamics perfectly.
And he gets it to go.
They got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
TR,
Yep, it's
who's
been a
baby
clinic
with your
at that
phone?
end of the
Me
floor,
or
no
Jay
question.
Dizzle?
And it's going to be out of bounds.
Just say it one more time.
Spurs will take it.
Well, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Read it, JB.
San Antonio leading by
Aw,
6.
so Trey,
Green dishes
okay,
to
Trey,
Parker.
next time when I see
Yeah,
you,
God
when
dang
I see
it.
Trey in real life, I'm gonna let
From
him hold my
past the arc.
baby.
And there's Green
Oh.
on the assist from Duncan. Green's got
JB, you want to take a look at this pick right here? You wanna?
He's not missing a thing.
Sometimes you see a player get on a tear like this, Steve, but never an entire team.
And that's out of bounds. Miami
Oh,
will retain
dang.
possession.
They're fortunate that one was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
That's tipped. It's stolen by Green.
Fuck at me.
Pass to Parker. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter.
JB, look at the pick.
Cashes in
Look
for
what
a
I see.
double-digit lead. Well, Tony Parker, an excellent scorer. Creative finisher, certainly inside with a smooth pull-up jump shot from mid-range. Steve, when he gets in the lane, he is kind of...
Well, I have to go, you guys. I have to go to bed. I see you tomorrow. JB, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I'm gonna stay at your party all day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you, JB.
And Parker really is great from mid-range and in. His three-point shooting a little bit more inconsistent. Some seasons he's shot in the high 30s from out there. Others it's only been in the 20s. But it may be a shot he turns to as he loses some of that elite, elusive quickness.
I am single. I left. Oh my God, Jonathan, you're a
A different look now for San Antonio. Boris Diaz checked in for Splitter. And it's Ginobili in for Green. And a new group in for the Heat. Anderson, he's checked in for Bob. Haslam comes in for Josh McRoberts. Danny Granger is checked in for Lou Aldang. And it's Williams in for Dwayne Wade.
And as much as we talk about Parker offensively, he's also a solid defender.
Well, see you guys later.
Gamble for steals, but
Bye,
considering his
JB.
offensive load, he remains steady at the other end of the floor.
Now here's Williams.
JB, he's a
Miami no
gay
good on
boy.
that time either. Parker passes to Ginobili. Kicks to Duncan. That falls. Nice feed. That's
And this in here. Me, you.
time for Manu Ginobili. Duncan's got his second bucket of the night.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out in the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
That's good. And that's now 6 points for Parker.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Count that one.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, if you just looked at assists as the measuring stick, they've been by far the better team.
Now, here's Chalmers. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Anderson's shot is off.
That's a shot that he sometimes struggles with, but you can't fault him for taking it when the defense backs off like that.
Diaz with it, and Granger picks him up defensively. And Danny Granger gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. A different look now for San Antonio. Bellinelli comes in for Leonard. And it's Mills in for Parker. 54 seconds left here in the first quarter. Duncan kicks to Mills. That one goes. Count. Mills has got his first basket of the night.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
CC guy, I'm sorry for being mean to you. I'm sorry for being mean. You know, whose baby would you hold, Caesar guy? Jay Diesel's or mine? Whose baby would you hold? Me or Jay Diesel's?
And the Heat call time here.
I think.
Napier, who's checked in for Miami. Wade comes in for Danny Granger. The Heat trail by 20. Wade outside. Outside Williams. Good ball movement here by the Heat. We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. In transition, here come the Spurs. They get it back. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Defensive foul. That's his first personal. The Spurs shooting their first free throws of this one.
Well, they were very pleased with their free throw numbers a year ago. They knocked down about 79% from the stripe as a team.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
The first one falls. And both free throws good for Mills. And it's the Heat with the ball. Passes it to Napier. Outside Williams. He feeds it to Anderson. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. 6 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Ginobili, that's for 2. And it would have counted it.
Start the game.
But it's offline. And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. Spurs out in front, running away with it. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio.
But I have a 1v1. Me versus Amari that I haven't 1v1 forever. it's in season 6 when I
Okay,
started.
folks, thank you
You
for
guys
tuning
need to
in
stop
to
the
the
game.
NBA on 2K Sports.
What happened?
As we get set to get going once again.
The game started,
During the break,
and
players
now you guys
getting a
need
chance
to.
refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade. As there is more
Yeah.
basketball in store.
My building is
And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Spurs
Wait, are
team
you
out
a
there.
nominous?
How about the shooting so far? It's
Oh,
got
yeah, I have a
clinic out
nominous
there.
mode
They are
on.
lighting it up and really creating open
Yeah.
looks for each other.
You
Yeah,
guys,
this dude
There
intro
hasn't
me.
been much resistance and when they've been on the offensive
can
end.
somebody
so
turn off
they've taken
the
advantage
game
of it.
mode? Like, can you guys end the game?
Oh, hold on. Someone's inviting me to a party.
Okay, I'll join you. I can hear you going.
So it's Miami now.
Is it starting
Well,
yet?
what can you say about the Spurs at home? I mean, they've been
starting.
dominant here for
I
so
don't know.
long.
I'm just gonna
It's a
fight
shot
people.
whenever they lose at home.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Heat, Williams is out there with Hassel. Then there's Chris Anderson. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Napier in at the 2 spot. The Spurs were dominant at home once again, as you mentioned, guys. 32 wins for them, Steve, and they shot great, absolutely great in this building.
Well, you don't win 50 games for 15 straight years, Kevin, without being dominant at home, and that's what the Spurs have done. So they just get the job done. I mean, they're tough to beat here in San Antonio, and obviously a wonderful shooting ball club.
And he gets it to go. Diaw's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for San Antonio. A difficult situation for Miami. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, as you know, Dwayne Wade has one of the best pump fakes in the NBA, and he'll tell you he picked it up from Sam Cassell. Of course, you remember Sam was playing in Milwaukee when Wade was at Marquette in the same town. Wade knows how hard it is to deal with pump fakes. I bite too, not as much, but guys get me. I get mad every time because I'm like, that's my move. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, he's a piece of work, isn't he? Thank you, Doris.
Chris Anderson, the Birdman, has been a great fit in Miami, and I think they got a steal in this veteran big man. I mean, he's got tremendous bounce. He bangs the glass. He's a rim protector, and he finishes with force and finesse sometimes.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Green comes in for Marco Bellinelli, and Parker's subbed in for Patty Mills. And so here is Miami, and the jam by Udonis Haslem.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
And Chris Anderson, certainly one of the more colorful characters in the league. Always a fan favorite with the tattoos, the mohawk, the energy. He's just a great fit on this Miami defense that's built around quickness and athleticism.
Anderson right side to the left wing. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Williams kicks to Wade. Rebounded by the Spurs. Splitters got 3 rebounds now in this one. And 2 years ago, Anderson missed the first half of the season under investigation. It turned out that he was the victim of a vicious internet hoax.
Yeah, pretty wild and crazy stuff. I mean, he was finally cleared of any wrongdoing and bounced back nicely, signing with the Heat. He played a very important role on this championship team. That's the risky run by staying out there as he picks up his third.
Spurs making a switch here. Leonard's checked in, and the Heat call time here.
Danny Green, a nice find by the Spurs as a 3 and D role player.
Spurs always seem to find those kind of guys. And mid-second round pick was Green. He got waived by the Cavs, spent some time playing abroad. Now he holds the record for three-pointers made in the final.
Well, he's making a switch here. Chalmers is checked in. Right side, Williams, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. And for Danny Green, guys, a quality defender at either wing position. And, you know, Steve, as you like to say, a floor spacer offensively.
That's right. Two-way guys, Kevin. Two-way players. That's what the playoffs are all about. You think about the success Green has had the last couple of seasons, defending star players at one end, knocking down big threes at the other. Wow, what a player he's become.
Now here's Williams. It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
They had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
Quarter two, and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Now here is Haslam. He's guarded closely. 4 on the shot clock. Another shot, and no good. Trying to use the glass.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And, you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
Parker dishes to Green. All alone. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got assist number 7 for him tonight. For Miami, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Chalmers passes to Anderson. Can they get it? Cannot hit. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Not a big surprise, but the Heat, Steve, were the best team in the East last year when it came to playing teams in the Western Conference.
Yeah, that's not a shock at all because they have the most talent from the East. And I think only facing those clubs twice each, Miami was much more likely to be up for those games from an emotional standpoint.
San Antonio's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Now Diaw. Nobody near Parker. The three-pointer no good. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Napier and Chris Anderson picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Splitter.
Tim Duncan.
For San Antonio, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, guys, Coach Greg Popovich, the reigning coach of the year, a big part of his approach is empowering players. He says, quote, it's a player's game, and they've got to take charge. Rather than try to manipulate them, he said, it's a great feeling when players get together and do things as a group. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris.
You know, giving his players room to lead and allowing them to take ownership, I mean, I think that's part of the genius of Popovich.
Boris Diaw, pretty unique player in the NBA. Came into the league as a passing point forward, but became a small forward and then really a 4. But he's a crafty passer, and he can score a little bit from the outside. Very difficult player to guard.
He hits the second from the line. And you look at Diaw playing before. Some have criticized his conditioning, but he has the size to hold his ground. That's for sure on the low block.
Yeah, you can't move him out of there. He's a good post defender because he's strong and smart. Not as good moving in space, though. Lacks a little lateral quickness. And he's a below-average rebounder. So it's good to pair him with somebody that does glass even.
Now here's Green. 10 points for him. Duncan can't hit. Green against Williams. He kicks it to Haslam. Back to Williams. Looking for Anderson. He gets it there. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got 3 assists tonight. San Antonio with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. And Parker, here we go. And he gets the bucket. Parker's got 4 points this quarter.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And Chalmers kicks to Napier. Green with the block. Into Diaz, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Diaz's got 5 now.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
Here's Williams. Boris Diaw picking up that last basket. Williams kicks to Napier. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
And the Spurs with some changes. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Bellinelli comes in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. Knocks it loose. Duncan dishes to Mills. Feeds to Bellinelli. Beyond the arc. Duncan, the pass to Diaw. Mills with it. Takes a 3. That's good. Mills has got 7. 5 seconds left in the first half. To stop the run. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Spurs out in front, opening up a huge gap. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Pop, a solid halftime lead here. How were you able to keep their offensive firepower in check so well in that second quarter?
I thought missed a couple of shots. They missed some easy shots. So they helped us a great deal. So we were pretty fortunate that quarter.
Pop, thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
What a game for Tony Parker. 10 points and his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive.
Well, and he's got this team in such a good groove right now. The way he's moving the ball and passing, getting everybody involved, they're in a great flow.
The Heat shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. Green teams with Leonard on the wings. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter. And it's Parker in at the 1 spot. That's the San Antonio 5. From outside the arc, kept alive. Anderson with the ball. Here's Williams. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. And he's got his first chance at the line here. And that one misses.
You know, one thing you have to give Coach Eric Spoelstra credit for is he's not wedded to just one approach. I like his ability to be flexible. You remember after the 2011 finals, for example, he really went back to the drawing board and changed Miami's offense to their small ball approach, but also wanted to get LeBron inside more. The result has been a couple of championship rings.
Here's Napier following the score by Tony Parker. A nice shot by Anderson.
Guys, good job working it down low and getting the high percentage look there. That's good basketball.
San Antonio's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Parker kicks to Leonard. Back to Parker. Fires the three. No good. And Miami the other way now. Inside. And it's Chalmers that time on the assist from Williams. Williams has got his 4th assist in this one. 90 seconds now into the second half. Green kicks to Duncan. Leonard attacking. Second chance shot. And it's Haslam with the rebound. Haslam's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
1 for 5 on offense. A slow start here in the second half.
Parker with the steal. And here we go. Parker heading to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup. Parker's got 14.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
For Miami, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Dishes it to Splitter. Goes back up. And Duncan lays it in. Duncan's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Here's Napier. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
Shabazz Napier, leading UConn to a national championship last season, showed he really can do it all. Shoot, pass, penetrate. He's an excellent defender. Maybe not the upside of some other picks, but you know what you're getting with Napier. A plug-in guard who can give you quality minutes right away.
And the Heat eager to acquire. Napier in the draft as a favorite of LeBron James. Easy to see why they'd want to bring him in.
And a really good selection at 24, just on talent alone. An undisputed leader, big shot maker, tremendous IQ, better defensively than people think. I mean, he was very crafty as a defensive point guard, so I like the pick and I like his game.
Poked away. Williams with the steal. Haslam dishes to Williams. Can't connect from short range.
Now, still a great start to the half after hitting their first 3, even before that miss.
And that one's good. Parker.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
The Heat shooting 32% overall right now. Not one of their better showings. Napier passes to Chalmers. He dishes it to Anderson. Williams kicks to Anderson. San Antonio with the rebound. Splitter's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. There's the dish to Leonard. Puts up a 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Napier passes to Anderson. Now here's the fast break. Parker leading the way. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Impressive play there, and they have been really good offensively.
Piling up the points en route to this big lead, guys. I mean, they've been unstoppable.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. This past offseason, the Spurs found themselves with a bit of wiggle room when it came to the salary cap.
For so long, Kevin, they've been able to only make moves through the draft, and with minor adjustments, things they really do well, but the flexibility was new to them, and I'm sure they'll take full advantage of it.
That one is off.
Well, for the Spurs, who knows what the future holds. It's an aging team, but they do have some players to build around. And so they could have gone in any direction with their cap space.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Now, Boris Diaz checked in for Splitter. Bellinelli comes in for Leonard. Bono Ginobili, he's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
You know, with the Spurs and their offseason options, it's actually going to get more flexible after the end of the 2015 season when they can practically build their entire team from scratch. Almost zero salary commitments for them at the end of the 2015 season.
And San Antonio has possession. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
That's his second personal foul.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Free throw good. Mills.
Patty Mills last season had his best season ever. It really remade his body in the offseason. Adding muscle, cutting down on his body fat. Already one of the quickest players in the league. He got even quicker.
And Mills getting quality minutes at the backup point guard position.
Yeah, and for a player who'd spent time in the D-League playing in China and his native Australia, and it seems he's really solidified his place as an NBA player, Kevin, in part because he refocused on conditioning his body and really developed as an outside shooter.
And that one's good. Duncan.
They're playing with a purpose, guys. The big lead becoming bigger. I like the look in their eyes.
And it's on both ends that they've been controlling the action.
Stolen by Ginobili. 1:16 left here in the third quarter. And Duncan throws it down hard.
Oh, what a nice third quarter surge they've got going on right now.
You know, Steve, never a better time than the third quarter in my mind to get the momentum going your way.
Heat have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Napier kicks to Chalmers. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And I'll tell you what, they've turned a lot of those rebounds into points at the other end. Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide open look.
Outside Williams. Looking for Anderson. He gets it there. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
He has not been on his game, and you know, their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
Really left alone that time.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Chalmers passes to Napier. From the line. Miami no good on that time either.
Their offense seems completely out of sync here. They're on the wrong end of a big run.
And then at the other end, it's been bucket after bucket after bucket, giving up a huge run here.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Spurs out in front, just dominating this one. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Well, it had to be this play, don't you think, Kevin? Sure. This is just a phenomenal pass. Made the defense look like they had no idea what was going on.
What precision with that pass.
Beautiful.
San Antonio's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. They've got Napier. Haslam's out there with Anderson. Then it's Williams. And it's Chalmers in at the point guard.
That's his first personal foul.
And Miami shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. Napier kicks to Haslam. Here is Day. He's guarded by Williams. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
You know, the Spurs, because of their way of conducting business and their low-key personality, have never really been ratings darlings for the NBA, despite being considered and respected as a model franchise in the league. The team's color of silver and black, I think, fits their style. It's not really flashy or gaudy, but it does point out their business-like approach and how precise they play and how much they win.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And you look at the Spurs' lack of branding, if you will. It starts from the top down, from Coach Popovich to Tim Duncan. They don't court media attention. They're close to the vest, all business, all about winning.
They are enjoying, Steve, a commanding lead.
Well, and it gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest, which is so critical during this grueling NBA season.
Bonner no good. Now Haslam. The feed to Anderson. One-on-one here. Here's Bellinelli, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one. And the Spurs look for a certain kind of player, Clark. I know you're interested in this. The players they get are uninterested in the spotlight. Pop calls them guys that have gotten over themselves.
That's a great way to phrase it, because they're others-focused and not self-focused. And that's something that really lends itself well in a culture which glamorizes the I and not the group. And you can see it in the Spurs. They are all about business, and all of the extra stuff is not what appeals to them. They're interested in winning and having fun and enjoying each other, and that's why they're a championship organization and team.
That's a good blueprint.
Yes, it is.
Here's Mills after the Heat pick up two. Bellinelli up top. Rebound by the Heat. Anderson's got his fourth rebound in this one. Here's Chalmers, and the layup's good off the glass.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
Here's Mills. Here's Day. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and two shots coming up.
Well, guys, you talk about the growth of the game internationally, but different time zones can make it a challenge for other countries to enjoy the game live. You look at China, for instance, a growing market for the game, but they're 12 hours ahead of East Coast time and 15 hours ahead of the West Coast. But if you're a junkie for hoops, I guess you'll adjust to the time zone.
And Commissioner Silver raising the possibility that the NBA might consider tweaking starting times to reach more people in China.
Well, tough to make that work. I mean, I think a featured Saturday night game on the West Coast could translate to a Sunday morning matinee in China, so that might be the best way to do it.
That free throw good from Day.
A new look lineup for the Miami Heat this season. The big three of LeBron, Wade, and Bosh is no more. Certainly not what the fans hope for, but we'll see what this team can achieve this season with the new group. They'll be energized a bit. Obviously, they'll miss the brilliance of LeBron, but they'll be hungry to prove they can still get it done.
And for Miami, it wasn't a matter of money or anything. It just seemed that LeBron had accomplished, maybe in his own mind, everything he wanted to on South Beach.
And they did accomplish a tremendous amount. I mean, 4 trips to the finals consecutively. They won 2 of them, 2 NBA titles. But this is still a very good team with Wade, Bosh, and now Luol Deng leading the charge.
For Miami, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Williams, San Antonio with the rebound. Pass to Mills. Blocked. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, Williams passes to Napier. Good ball movement here by Miami. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Splitters checked in for San Antonio.
In for your Spurs, Thiago Splitter.
On the wing, Williams. The pass to Anderson. Picked off in midair. Here's Bellinelli. Pass to Ayers. Kicks to Day. Wide open. And he hits the jump shot. Day's got 4 points this quarter.
Another bucket off a turnover. They actually are really beating themselves out there.
Yeah, they're making things difficult on themselves with all the mistakes they're making. Too many turnovers.
On the wing, Williams. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, the Miami Heat, since the Big Three assembled, have been a polarizing team. Some fans rooted for them, others rooted against them. Either way, they've been an incredible story for the league and have become just a huge draw around the NBA.
And now with the Big Three era coming to an end, Miami not perhaps one of the more hated teams around the NBA, but Clark, they are still at the forefront of the league scene in the East.
And while they might have lost a bunch of the bandwagon fans, by no means is this team finished with being a title threat. There's just too much talent on this roster, and for the first time in a long time, they might enjoy being viewed as underdogs.
That one misses.
Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
Sure helps that they've gotten extra trips to the foul line here in the second, and that has to continue if they're going to complete this comeback.
Here's Bellinelli. He used that pick to perfection.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they stop coughing the ball up.
Yeah, it's been a forgettable quarter for them. Terrible ball handling.
Outside, Green. And there's the call on Udonis Haslem. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, at this point, early in the season, still so much optimism for the season ahead. We all have our predictions, but there are always going to be some surprises out there, some surprise teams. And that's why we say all the time, that's why they tee it up and play the game.
Here's Bellinelli, and he banks in the layup. Bellinelli's got 10 points in the quarter.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
Passes it to Napier. There's a minute 40 left to play here in the fourth. Haslem dishes to Anderson. Plays it up and banks it in. And early on, while teams are still gelling, still knocking the rust off, Steve, it creates kind of a parity, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, this is often where you'll see some upsets. You know, the talent you have on paper is one thing, but you got to produce on the court. I mean, teams really just getting put to their first tests.
Splitter kicks to Green. He feeds it to Mills. From outside, off the mark. The Heat have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break.
And guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Spurs.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark's fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for Parker. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone on his team on offense.
And the technical free throw is good.
Marco Bellinelli with a career season playing for the Spurs in 2013-14. His best ever three-point percentage. In fact, he led the league in that category for the first half of the season.
There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time.
So far in the game for Mills, he has 9 points and 4 assists. He's having a great passing game and is knocking down those foul shots as well.
Yeah, he's been rock solid throughout this game and really been a big factor in this offensive performance for his team.
The first free throw is good. So he picks up just one from the line that time. And here are the Heat now. It's Williams with the drive. Good, and it's Chalmers with the assist that time. And for Bellinelli, you couldn't have asked for a better situation than the Spurs offensively.
Yeah, they put their shooters in a great position to succeed, Kevin. A really good passing offense with a clear system, clear-cut system. Marco wasn't asked. Create his shot as much, and that benefits him and his team.
So it's San Antonio now. The Heat getting the bucket.
Shooting for San Antonio, Marco Bellinelli. At the line for one,
And the technical free throw is good. Bonner, he's checked in for the Spurs. Austin Day comes in for Green. And Mills kicks to Day. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
12 seconds on the shot clock. 12.
Here is
Hi, do you want to see my little baby cousin? Do you want to see my little baby cousin? She's cute. Let's try to pick.
Bonner. Shot clock at 5. Bellinelli passes to Bonner. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Here's Williams. Here's Napier. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the
Fortnite
line.
account?
Marco Bellinelli picks it up.
What?
Has a
Yeah, she do.
Is she playing?
That free throw, no good. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. And here's Mills. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling
What are you
each
playing
end of
right
the
now,
floor.
Nathan?
Hey, what more can you ask?
And so now we'll go down to Doris Burke, who's standing
You wanna
by
play right now?
live with our Jordan player of the game.
You wanna
Doris?
play?
Well, Tony, congratulations on the victory tonight. You made a lot of things
Yeah.
happen out here on the court to get everyone involved.
It's the whole team. It's not just me. The whole team did
Alright.
great. We played great
Join
defense.
me.
And in offense, we moved the ball, took good shots. We were shooting the ball well.
Huddle
Tony,
square.
thanks for the
I'm
time.
inviting
Guys,
you to my
always a
party.
humbleness to this
I'm
group.
inviting you to
Thank
my
you, Doris, for
party.
that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying, see you next time. As we present
Fine, then I'll
our
play by
Jordan
myself.
player of the game, Tony
I'll
Parker.
play with you.